Hi, Rebecca. Good morning. Hey, Susan. How are you? Good morning. Hey, Karen. Good morning. How are you today? You were in my meditation this morning, just in my prayers. I prayed for everybody this morning in my meditational prayers. I'm just sharing to groups right now, just waiting for a moment because I've sort of been going on at different times throughout the morning, sort of when I feel inspired to. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I was going on at 10 a.m. my time. Um, but I think that I feel as though that might have been a little too late for some folks. It seems as though I am earlier is a little bit better for people. Good morning, Abidas here. How are you? Hey, Heidi. How are you? So I'm not sure, but I've just been sort of going on when I'm ready. And I feel like I might be driving you guys nuts because you're like getting the message and going like, oh shit, he's on. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. You guys will have to tell me in the group whether or not that's what's going on or not. Um, hey, Rachel McIntyre, good morning. So I'm just sort of slowly sharing to groups as people come in. I know that Ducky's probably scrambling in her house right now, grabbing her coffee because I didn't talk to her yet this morning. We normally like message each other in the morning just to kind of say, hey, this is what's going on, or I'm about to go on, and I didn't do that today. So we can't. We kind of have to wait for Ducky to show up with her coffee cups. She will at some point. Trust me, she's up. I know she is. I want to say too. I know that she does it. She usually misses this live. Hey, Kristen. Good morning. Um, but I wanted to say a special shout out to Linda Rose Massa because she sent me a gift. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's like a bunch of different stuff that she sent me. She said it was like, oh, just little things. I hope you like it, and I absolutely love it. She sent me this coffee mug that says "Happy Fall." I think it's beautiful. I love the color. It kind of goes along with the colors of my house and my floor and my cabinets. I don't know if she intended that, but it does. And then she sent me this beautiful little book of like to me it's like a book of shadows. It's rough hewn paper, which I love, like it's torn paper, and it's a leather bound little book that you can sort of write notes into, and the paper feels like more like parchment. It's really beautiful. So to me, it's like a book of shadows, or a little spell book, or a little personal journal that one can keep. So I really love this. This is beautiful. And then there was scented pine cones that smell like pumpkin spice, and so they're out in my dining room. I still have them wrapped in the plastic. They're in like sort of like one of those red onion bags. Hold on, let me keep sharing. I don't want to suck up too much time. Sorry. They're in one of those red onion bags because you have to cut them loose and then put them in a bowl. And I have the onion bag laying in a long bowl on the dining room table. But I don't trust the cats to not take the pine cones and bat them around the house. So I'm a bit afraid to unbag them, but they smell beautiful. And at some point, I will unbag them when I figure out the proper place to put them so that the cats won't get into them. But it makes the house smell really nice. So it's kind of cool because it's an interesting gift idea because it makes me think of Linda Rose when I'm like walking through my dining room and I'm like, it smells good, thank you. So and these are things that I necessarily wouldn't have thought to get for myself, similar to like Karen getting me the pointer. Um, they're just nice, beautiful little um, gifts that like I didn't expect. And then one more thing, she also sent this beautiful little bag, right? And I was like, oh wow, how cute! And then I open it up and look at what's inside, guys. It's a pendulum, but it has an amethyst. I don't know if you can see that. That's an amethyst ball there, and then a clear quartz at the bottom. So y'all are sending me some beautiful stuff. So I'm gonna like sort of set my energy with this pendulum, and this will be my pendulum that I work with. And I love how it's sort of kind of they look similar. I don't know if that was intended by Linda Rose or not, but they remind me of one another a little bit. Like my tools are starting. Y'all are sending me tools that are starting to match up one another. It's like my little spiritual toolkit, and I love how they sort of um, corroborate in design or match up in design. It just feels sort of part of me hopes that it wasn't intended, that it just sort of happened that way, because then that to me speaks to the fact that y'all are listening to spirit and spirit is working through you guys. Because I definitely think that, you know, Karen was inspired to send me this, and I, as much as I love this, I know that this is a gift from spirit through Karen, you know, or from, you know, Karen for sure, but also I think that spirit had a little hand in it because spirit helped Karen find it. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I think the same thing happened with Linda Rose. Like, I don't know. But it's funny that these two little tools look very similar. They both have clear crystals. Karen's has a rose quartz stone in the center. This has an amethyst stone at the top. So I'm digging it, guys. And I just wanted to say thank you very much to Linda Rose and to Karen again for these beautiful gifts, because it's like I don't know, it just makes me feel like super appreciated, and it makes me feel like I actually am making a difference. There was a beautiful note also too with it, and I had it like in Karen's gift too. She sent a beautiful handwritten note, and it's like, you guys, I just feel overwhelmed and with gratitude. So this morning, all of you were in my prayers. Not that I don't pray for, I generally do a very general prayer for those that are suffering, those that are in pain, those that are in medical need, which I believe includes you guys, but anybody, it includes myself even. But I was specifically praying for specific people today as I named you guys off one by one. And I think that it might have been, you know, just the opening of the box of these gifts and the gratitude that I felt yesterday kind of flowed over into my meditation this morning, and I'm very, very, very grateful. So thank you, you guys, for all of you. I mean, those of you that tune in and watch me every morning, and the community that's been built around here is absolutely amazing, totally beautiful, and beyond what I expected. Like I was watching you guys give birthday wishes to Kelly Kemp, and it was the sweetest thing ever, and she was totally blown away, and I thought that that was really wonderful of you guys, and I just see sort of some of the beautiful things that you guys do for each other. I know Ducky does a lot of work. Ramona had sent me a message talking to me about her charm reading, and she was saying how much she loves Ducky and how much help Ducky gives her, and it's really nice to see that, you know, that you guys are, this goes beyond just, you know, say the daily forecast. It happens amongst you guys, in between you guys. Does that make sense? And so, you know, I get to grow, you guys get to grow, we all get to grow and help each other, and it's just a beautiful thing. And so this morning I woke up very, very grateful for all of that, and the reminder that, you know, although we may be a small group, we are mighty. We are mighty. We are strong. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Christina. How are you guys? Good morning, Brooke McCarty. Welcome. Hey, Angel. Good morning, Jamie, and good morning, I think I said good morning to Rebecca, but I'm saying good morning to her again, damn it. She deserves 2 good mornings. Let me just finish doing this, sharing out. If you guys could do the same, I'd greatly appreciate it. Share it anywhere you think it would be best utilized. Share it to your groups, share it to your own personal page, anywhere you think that people would enjoy this. It helps me out to get the word out, and it helps me to sort of stay outside of Facebook jail. The other thing I wanted to talk about as far as housekeeping stuff, we do sort of housekeeping things in the beginning. Now, I'm kind of digging this deck. It's really interesting what's been coming of it. I hope that you guys found time to do a little bit of personal healing yesterday in whatever shape or form that took, and in however much time you had to be able to do that. But what I'm wondering is I'm thinking by like maybe Thursday, I might put up a poll in the Engelgeist group. So if you're not a member, please join. Let me put that link up so that you can find the button to join. This Linktree link will allow you to join the group if you're interested. In there will be a poll that will tell us whether or not we want to stay with this deck for another week. If we decide, if it wins, like if you guys say yes, we'll stay and we'll continue to work with this deck for another week. If you guys decide no, then that means I'm going to have to pick out a couple more decks and create another voting poll for us to pick a new deck. Okay? So I'll do that. Maybe I'll put that up tomorrow. So that gives you guys a day to vote. Like Thursday and Friday. And then by the end of Friday, I will know if we're staying with this deck or if I need to have decks up by Friday evening so that you guys can vote all day Saturday and then we can have a new deck by Sunday. But that's up to you guys. I have a feeling you guys are going to want to stay with this deck, but we'll see. Let me continue sharing. Give me one moment. Sorry, guys. I wish there was an easier way to go about this. I wish you could just share to multiple groups all at once. I don't know why Facebook doesn't allow that anymore. Maybe it's because I'm doing it from a business page, but I have to go like group by group by group by group. Do. Good morning, Leslie Ann. So, what was the other question I was going to ask you? This is another thing. Mid-month horoscopes. We've now passed the mid-month, and I am feeling a little bit beleaguered. I don't know if you guys... I think part of it is that my horoscopes from last month for September, only a few signs got a whole bunch of views. A lot of the signs didn't. There was like 8 views, 6 views. It just didn't seem like people were very interested. Maybe I didn't hype it enough. I don't know. But I'm wondering, is it that important that we do a mid-month? Do people care? If not, I'm going to let it go. Not the horoscopes altogether, but the mid-month. Because we've already passed the mid-month, so I'm sort of like, oh shit. Let me just share to one more group, I think, and then we're good. I don't even know if I'll do... I gotta stop hitting posting. I don't even know where I'm sharing this to when I hit post. I have to pick the group first. So complicated. No, that's not what I want. Excuse me. Excuse me. To do this like 20 times. I think I shared there already, didn't I? I must have. Let's see here. I didn't share there. Let's post there because I know she will put it out. Sorry guys, the sharing stuff takes half the time. I just don't know how else to get this information out. So, okay. I think that's everybody now. All right, so awesome, Brooke. Welcome to the group. They'll shh, nobody's here, Tallulah. Jesus. They will accept your invitation or your request pretty quickly. So let's do our 3 breaths that we do every morning. Oh, that was the other question as far as housekeeping notes. Do we like the 3 breaths? I know Ducky does. Um, or is that something that we could maybe do before getting online to save time? Because sometimes these videos run a little long, and I was thinking about how to maybe shorten them to get them, I don't know, to get them shorter so that they're easier for people to get the access the information quicker. I don't know if that's what you guys want at all or not. Ducky and I were trying to figure out how to streamline it, and I was thinking, well, maybe we take away the breath work because we've done it over and over again. But you love the 3 breaths, okay? Jamie loves the 3 breaths, okay? All right, cool. Then we'll continue to do it. All right, so then this is what we're gonna do, Brooke. You're our newbie, so you're gonna learn what we do every morning. And you can also in that link, in that Linktree link, you can also follow my Instagram if you're on Instagram, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel too, please, if you would like, because sometimes Facebook goes wonky and people switch over to YouTube to watch me. So what we do is we take 3 breaths in the morning, not 3 breaths. If we have 3 breaths, we might need to go to the doctor. But we take 3 breaths in the morning through our nose, deep into the belly, and we exhale out our mouth. And as we're doing that, we're setting our intention that the breath that we're taking into the body is new, fresh energy. Imagine, say, plus signs spreading throughout your body, throughout your chest, and going wherever they need to go, down into your legs, down out your arms. But these plus signs are positive energy, new, fresh, positive energy to start the day. And as we exhale, imagine or just intend for minus signs to be blowing on the out breath, right? Which is like older, stale energy that no longer works for us or doesn't belong to us. Anything that's outdated, causing us maybe fatigue, tired, discomfort in the body, just releasing that, okay? Those of us that have the ability to ground, we all have the ability to ground, but those of us that know how to ground or are comfortable with grounding, imagine a line of energy from your base chakra, which is down here at the bottom of your spine, going down into the planet, like busting through the floor and all the way down into the center of the planet, connecting that line of energy to the planet, and allowing any energy that doesn't belong to you, that is outdated or is no longer serving you properly, to go down there. You don't have to force it, you don't have to go into effort, you just know that it's happening with these breaths, okay? And then, if I haven't given you enough, as you take in the first breath, we are honoring the body, which is the first vibration. As you take in the second breath, we are honoring the mind, which is the next vibration. A little bit higher, a little bit crazier, a little bit like, moves a little bit quicker than the body. And on the third breath, we're honoring the spirit, which is the highest vibration that we have on this plane, right? So we're slowly, sort of as we're honoring these vibrations, which are all parts of us, and we have access to them at all times, as we honor them and thank them and show gratitude for them, we are raising ourselves and those vibrations up a little bit, okay? That's the whole point, and we're bringing ourselves into present time to hear the message for the morning. All right, so let's do that if you want to join me. We will pause as we take in the breath, and we'll hold it for a moment just to allow the oxygen to our brains and to flow into our bloodstream. So don't mind my dog licking me under the table if you can hear that. Stop, Tallulah. All right. So just join me when you're ready. And inhale. And release. Thanking the body, the entire, full, whole body, even the parts of the body that we maybe have issue with or judgment about. Let's thank those parts of our body. Our body carries us through this physical world. It does a lot of the hard work for us. So let's honor that this morning. Say thank you and show gratitude. And then let's breathe in again a second time. And release, saying thank you to our mind for the supercomputer that it is, for the creation that it can make both in fear or in joy. All of it is a gift. All of it is a teaching tool. It helps us through all kinds of situations, both positive and negative, so being grateful for that tool. and the experiences that it houses for us to learn from and utilize. And let's take in a third breath. And release. Thanking the Spirit and all the work that it does. That it's always constantly connected to us, even when we're unaware of it, even when we're caught up in our mind or in our environment, when our focus is outside of ourselves, in the future or in the past. The Spirit is always there working with us to help us and aid us through. So just being thankful and grateful for that energy, for that Spirit that resides within us all. When you're ready, open your eyes and welcome. Welcome back to Wednesday the 18th. I had to check the date because I was like, sort of like, what day is it? Let's get started with the new deck again. Like I said, I've been enjoying this new deck. It's very feminine centered and empowering. It's very interesting, the information that I'm getting from it. Yesterday we got one of the Literary Witches cards, which gave me a little bit more room to work with. Today I'm interested to see what comes up for our forecast for today. I'm going to ask Spirit to please give us a card that best represents for the group. What do we need to know for those of us who are watching live or who may tune in later or anytime in the future to see this video? What is the card that's going to best validate, heal, help, and assist those to reach their highest good today for September 18th, September 17th, Wednesday. No, Tuesday. I am so off. Okay, Tuesday, September 17th. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like, I know what time it is, and we don't even have watches over here, okay? They're like, get it together, Dan. Get it together. So please bring us that card. If I do a mid-month Taroscope, I want to do it in the next day or two, and I would need to do it live. That's the reason why, to just sort of get them done. It's 12 signs, and it usually takes about an hour. I don't mind doing it, I just feel like I'm falling behind in my duties of what I need to do. There's unboxings I want to do because there's a ticket card that I want to do. And so, those things also need to get done in the midst of all of this. And when I start to feel overwhelmed with this, then it starts to not being fun, and I don't want it to not be fun and enjoyable, not only for me, but for you guys too. Okay, Spirit, thank you. So it felt like the cards felt very clean, like they were moving, together nicely. I didn't feel much resistance. They felt a little bit, remember yesterday, I think I said that the resistance was coming from within us. I don't feel that resistance today, so maybe some of us actually listened to yesterday's forecast and found a space to heal. I certainly did. I just kind of took it easy all day. I went and I did some grocery shopping. I took a long nap in the afternoon with my dogs, and then my mom came over and visited for a while. I went to go see her after grocery shopping, and she came back with me to my house, and we hung out and visited and had a laugh. So it was actually a very nice day for me. Turned out to be a very nice day. I woke up feeling very, a little bit disillusioned and tired. So I did find my healing space thanks to yesterday's card, and I did sort of focus on that. And so let's see what today's card is. Wow. Okay. Now, when we get these literary witches, guys, okay, let me just flip the camera. My thing is with these literary witches, I feel like they are like the major arcana of this oracle deck. Okay, so I feel like they have more power than, say, some of the cards. Like, let me just show you the bottom of the deck. Energy is milk. Okay, so there's a card that's just milk, right? And I interpret what that means to me. That being the bottom of the deck energy, milk provides sustenance, it provides life, it's very, those are the things that I think of when I see milk, right? Or where I might go with that as I'm touching base with my spirit guides and asking them what is the message behind that. But there's these literary witches cards, and they're in different colors. They're still in these beautiful muted tones, but they are more colorful, and there's more fulfillment, or like more fulfilled and more to be looked at, right? And so I feel like these guys in the Oracle deck would be considered on the equivalent of, say, a traditional tarot direct deck as the major arcana. Now, we've had like a literary witch both Sunday, and we had one yesterday that was healing, and today is Sandra Cisneros, the body. So I love that she's here. I love that she has this space here, which to me feels like her lower chakras. It feels like her grounding chakra, her base chakra, her second chakra, and third all included here. And I feel like they're shining. Yesterday was all about healing. Yeah, the day before, the literary witch card was about community and finding our place in the community, shining our light. If you haven't seen Sunday's forecast, I would suggest going back and watching it. I feel like there's actually, with this deck is trying to tell us, with all of these literary witches showing up, that there's a powerful time of healing for us happening right now. A powerful shift that's happening for us where we get to set our intentions around how we go about healing ourselves, honoring ourselves, and taking care of ourselves. Now, with Sandra Cisneros here, I love that not only does she sort of highlight the body, there's obviously a very feminine perspective here going on, and that's totally fine. She's wearing this apron, which says to me that there's care and domestication, like sort of domestic issues, taking care of not just the body, but the home. And I feel like she is. This ties in, this apron makes me think of yesterday's healing card in a way. Because when I think of, like, when we wear aprons, we're generally cooking or like nourishing ourselves, like being at home, being like taking care of ourselves and grounding and nesting. And so I like that. I love that she has these flowers sprouting up around her body. Like there's growth and beauty to be had. There's knowledge to be had. There is I wouldn't say lessons to be learned, but there's like a beneficial um, uh, beauty that comes from the acknowledgement of the body and what it does for us, and being grateful for that, right? And I like that she's here to remind us of that today. Now, I'm going to read her because I'm not familiar with this deck. We've just started working with it this week. I'm going to read her little story about who she is because I don't know the literary witches. So we're going to read who she is. She is Sandra Cisneros, the body, joys of the body, sorrows of the body, the senses. Okay? So again, those three words are the definitions of this card. I would think that this would be a good day, again, coupled with yesterday's healing card, to touch base with our senses, touch base with where our body's at, where do we carry our fatigue, how are we feeling on a physical level. Because that is sort of I feel like how do I want to say this? Like the culmination of whatever's going on with us emotionally, spiritually. That's how dis-ease sort of comes into our being. If some of us are dealing with physical ailments, I myself have had a off and on shoulder issue of recent that I've been trying to work on in my meditations, trying to figure out why there's this like sort of pain in my right shoulder. But these are things that I think that are signifiers to us that something's going on. So Sandra's story, born in in a working class Chicago neighborhood to a Mexican father and Mexican American mother, Sandra Cisneros navigates the richness and misogyny of both Mexican and American cultures. She vowed to never marry and to always have a house of her own. Interesting that I thought that apron had to do with sort of the home space. Her most famous book, The House on Mango Street, a coming-of-age novel of saturated sensory vignettes, is taught in elementary schools and colleges alike. Make sure to check out her poetry, which asserts a healthy sexuality, and her masterful short stories too. So, if you guys want to check out Sandra Cisneros, she might have more information for you as far as to get closer and more in touch with your bodily senses, your sensual self, that sort of a thing. And I don't mean that in like a sexual nature. I mean that more in like in just the senses of the feelings of the body, and connecting to that on a deeper level. That's why we do those breaths, and that's why we honor the body first. The body is the densest vibration vehicle that we carry through this 3D plane, right? It is the thing that I'm gonna switch the camera. It is the thing that I sort of forget to honor a lot of the time. Part of the reason why I do my three breath work is I have spent a large part of my life denying my body, just pretending like it didn't exist, like just not even acknowledging it, and trucking through life. And so I like that this card today, she's telling us like, hey, put a little attention here. This vehicle, this beautiful vehicle that is like a medical masterpiece in how it all works and how the blood pumps and flows, and how when you think about how delicate skin really is, but in its delicacy and elasticity, it holds everything together, you know, or else we'd be a big pile of bones and organs like laying on the ground. um, to me, that stuff scares me sometimes. Like to look at it that way, I've noticed in my meditations when I've meditated on my relationship to my body scares me because I don't fully understand it, and because that there's times where it can become ill or sick, and what do I do? That induces these levels of fear and worry and the mind level, and then the next thing you know, it's like a vicious cycle, right? But there is ways through breath work and through meditation and through just like saying hello to one's body every day and honoring it for the gift that it gives us by carrying us through this world, by giving us the support that we need to experience the world at a sensory level, at a physically sensory level, not mentally sensory or spiritually sensory, but we do feel those things too through the body. So um, it's a powerful tool, and it's something to be honored. And I think sometimes, at least in my case, I have certainly um, forgotten it, or I'm just saging all of us in the space, right? Because I think that sometimes body stuff can bring up issues. Okay, so I'm saging all of us through the internet and in here, only because think about it. Sometimes we're and especially as women too, I think, and I'm not a woman, but I'm gonna just speak about it because I feel like gay men, which I am one, deal with this a little bit in the gay community too, is that body issues, body shaming, we are most critical of our body. Sometimes some of our biggest, deepest rooted unhappiness is around the body and how we feel about it. And we create that feeling and we hold on to that, and we are critical of our bodies and we don't even realize it, and we think that that criticism is sort of in an effort to make our bodies better or stronger or more thinner, or whatever it is we think that's going to make us feel happier. But it's not necessarily the case. What we're doing is we're sort of creating a situation and an energy between ourselves and our body that almost separates and divides. And we want to honor our body wherever it is in any given moment. It is a medical sort of masterpiece. You know, when you think about, when I watch, this is just a stupid thing, but when I watch any sort of programs that have any sort of surgery, it sort of spooks me, because when you look at how all of the different components, the different like gland systems and all that sort of stuff secrete certain endorphins and all of these things, right? It says to me that there really might be I really do believe in God at that point, and not necessarily your spiritual God per se that you see in, like, say, organized religion. I believe in a God that, or a higher power, a universal force that helped to put all of this together vibrationally, that we get to play in and learn in. And so when I look at the medical masterpiece that is the human body, and how we have our senses and our psychic senses, and how we feel things and hear things and touch, taste, all of that stuff, and then the stuff that goes on that we don't fully understand. And then I watch like medical shows where they're operating on people, and I'm like, because it makes me realize that we really are miracles. The physicality of our body is a miracle. It's a beautiful thing. And I think that a lot of us don't, and myself included, spend a lot of time like denying that, shaming that, judging that, fighting against that or avoiding it altogether. In my case, I spent many years avoiding it, struggling against it. Oh, you're too fat. Oh, your ass is so fat. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, you're too short. Oh, you're this. My thighs are too thick. You know, like whatever the mantra was. And it was a very easy mantra to adopt, right? A lot of us do it. There's a vibration on the planet that like sort of sucks us in. The media tells us, oh no, you need to look a certain way. It's not true. Sandra's here to tell us it's not true. Honor your body today. Honor your senses around your body. Honor, like, you know, heal that stuff, guys. Um, do it in meditation. Say hello to your body. Take a meditation time to just talk to your body and say, hey, how are you today? How are you feeling? Where is their discomfort? Where is their pain? Where is their sadness? And ask your body why. Your body might show you a picture. Your body might show you a memory. I mean, or it would be your spirit maybe showing you a memory as to why there's that pain there, or that blocked energy, or that sadness, or that fatigue. And so it's a wonderful way to work, and it's also honoring the first and one of the biggest vibrations that we carry on this plane, and the most dense, right? When we start to honor that dense vibration, we can then move our way up, similar to like the breath work we do, and honor the mental energy that we have, for as scattered and crazy as that can get, right? Or worried or fearful or whatever our issue is, right? And then we get, we go up even further and we start to honor that spirit. So I love that Sandra has shown up today. Like I said, I feel like these are major arcana cards in this deck. This is an oracle deck of 70 cards. It's not your atypical oracle deck of like say 50 cards or 55 cards. It's almost as big as a tarot deck. And I think that these literary witches would represent or play in as major arcana, which in my mind, or the way that I would want to interpret them, is these women come to us to sort of give us that extra, hello, pay attention. There's a little extra energy, there's a little extra opportunity today for us to make a difference within ourselves, to, bring forth that light that we saw in Sunday's forecast. Okay. And remember too, it's funny, it's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and we had that black cat. Go back and watch the forecast, because some of you are going to feel fine as that black cat, and some of you aren't. And there was domestication that I was seeing in that black cat. And, we're talking about Sandra Cisneros in this apron, and there is, let me just show you again, like this apron makes me think of domestication. So the body is a home for us, right? It's the home for our spirit. So how do we take care of that body? How are we? And I love this too, now that I'm looking at this again a second time. See how she has these black gloves on and she's holding this area of her body? She's almost, to me, it feels like she's gently handling it with kid gloves, like taking extra care and awareness to it, to be gentle with it and careful with it, and sort of honor it. So that's just something else I just noticed in the card as I go back to it. So that black cat did represent domestication to me, and where we're at in our sort of our home world, or how we feel it maybe in our body, right? The home of our body. So Sandra's here to show us that we may need to work on that for some of us, or we might need to build upon what we have going that is working. I know that not to blow up anybody's weight loss goals or achievements, but I know that some of you work doing keto and you work really hard at it, and you guys have made major strides and have had major successes. So maybe Sandra's here today to honor that with you and remind you to honor those things that you've done for your body in making it healthier. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you need to fix this all the time. This could be just a reminder or a call to go, hey, honor what you've done for yourself. The achievements that you've made, and build upon those. Okay? To me, it was a shock. Like, I know I'm running long today, sorry guys. But to me, it was a shock when I realized in meditation how I had treated my body for 30 plus years. How I just sort of denied its existence, didn't really pay attention to it. And when I would acknowledge its existence, it was always in a form of disdain, or in a form of shame, in a form of uh, just unacceptance. I didn't accept my body for what it was, and now I've been more apt to want to sit with my body, talk to my body, and allow my body to. Oh, the beats. The beats just ran out. Are you done making noise? Okay. So to allow my body to just be what it is and thank it for the vehicle that it is in its perfect imperfection. How does that sound? So that being said, a little sage to you all. Remember to disconnect from each other, cut cords, pull back your energy, bring it and save it and hold it for yourself. Hold your space for yourself. Take care of your bodies today, guys. Heal. Continue to use that healing energy. Remember that shining light card is still, the lantern card is from Sunday. If you haven't watched Sundays, go back and watch it. Because there is a transformation that's taking place this week, and these witches, these literary witches, are showing us, they're showing up every day out of a 70 card deck to show us that it's a big week. They're trying to show us, I think they're trying to impress us so they can stick around another week. We'll see. I'm going to put that poll up this morning, I think, and we'll decide if we want to continue to work with this deck. And, it's all just energy. I end with this. It's always all just energy, no matter what you're suffering with or how you feel about your body, whatever it is that you're dealing with that you feel like is a struggle. If you find the gratitude and sort of the grace in that situation, if you find a level of appreciation for whatever it is that you may be going through, even if it's painful or just uncomfortable, you shift the energy, and the situation doesn't have the power that it used to over you, if that makes sense. And once that energy shifts, then all of a sudden something that seems insurmountable or oppressive or uncomfortable starts to ease up. And we start to realize that we can handle more than we were giving ourselves credit for. We were giving the situation or the environment around us more power than maybe it's deserved. Okay, so keep that in mind as you go throughout your day also, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Another reminder too, Friday and Saturday nights are going to be charm nights. If you're interested in getting a charming and want to be guaranteed it, please reach out to me at the business page, and you can send payment over via PayPal. I'm also available for private card readings. And you guys can look at some of the unboxing videos and choose a deck if you'd like, or I can read from my normal deck. That's done over Facebook video or over the phone, and that's all bookable through the business page. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and ask me. And beyond that, enjoy your day today. Continue to use yesterday's card of healing, and with a focus on today's card, which is the body, the physical body. Okay? I think that's it's when we heal our physical body, it's a huge vibrational change, and it kind of like travels up the scale. So it could be very interesting for some of us. I would love to hear about the experiences. If you have any experiences today throughout the day that have to do with your body or the healing of it, please post them in the group, share them with everybody, get people talking, so validate each other in this information that's being shared with us from Spirit. Okay? All right, you guys, have a great day. I'm going to sign off. The cat just came in. He's probably going to try and eat something, so I need to get... Come here. You want to say hello? Come here. Come here. Hurry up. Come here, Ding Dong. Come here. Here. Come here. Sven wants to say hello. So there's Sven and his beautiful green eyes. Hi, Svenny. All right. So we're going to go, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. And have a great day. All right. Bye-bye.